to continue with our lecture series of the drama Macbeth. And in our last lecture, we started the textual analysis of scene 3rd of act 2nd of this drama, and there we have discussed that there is a character whose name is Porter, and he is assuming himself as the gatekeeper of hell, and there is also an exchange of dialogues between the Porter and Macbeth. So that's what we have seen in our last lecture, and now we'll continue from there. Now I'm sharing the text from we will start our textual analysis. So as you can see at the top, Macbeth is talking to the Porter, and Macbeth says, "Is thy master stirring?" Macbeth asks a question to the Porter, and he asks him that, "Where is your master? Is he awake or not?" So our knocking has awakened him. Here he comes. So then Macbeth says that, "I believe that our knocking has awakened him, and now here he is coming." So Macbeth is talking about Macbeth. So as he sees Macbeth, re-enter Macbeth. Lennox: "Good morrow, noble sir." Macbeth: "Good morrow, both." Macbeth: "Is the king stirring, worthy Thane?" Then Macbeth asks to Macbeth that, "Has the king awakened?" Macbeth: "Not yet." Macbeth: "He did command me to call timely on him." And then Macbeth says that, "The king ordered me to call on him early this morning. I have almost slipped the hour." And Macbeth also says that, "I am afraid I am late." Slip the hour means to be late. Macbeth: "I'll bring you to him." Then Macbeth says, "I will conduct you to him." Macbeth: "I know this is a joyful trouble to you." Then Macbeth says that, "I know I am troubling you. Nevertheless, it gives you joy." Then Macbeth says, "The labor we delight in physics pain, this is the door." Then Macbeth says, "There is no trouble in doing pleasant service. Here is the door of our king." Macbeth: "I'll make so bold to call." Then Macbeth says that, "I shall be bold enough in calling him up, because this is my appointed duty, for it's my limited service." Lennox: "Goes the king hence today?" Lennox says, "Is the king living today?" Macbeth: "He does. He did appoint so." And Macbeth says, "He is going. He fixed it up so." Lennox: "The night has been unruly. Where we lay, our chimneys were blown down." Then Lennox says that, "It was a wild night last night. Where we lay, our chimneys were blown down, and the chimneys of our house were blown away. And as they say, lamenting heard I the air." And people say that they heard strange mourning sounds and cries of death in air. Strange scream of death and prophesying with accent terrible of dire combustion, and confused events. And people says that they seem to predict in fearful tones that serious disorder and frightful events will befall the world. Now haste to woeful time, the obscure bird clamoured the livelong night. Some say the earth was feverish and did shake, and the obscure bird clamoured the livelong night, and they also seen the owl, which is a bird of darkness. So the obscure bird is referred to the owl. So the owl, which is a bird of darkness, hooted most inauspiciously throughout the night. And that's why some people say that there was an earthquake. Macbeth. It was a rough night. Then Macbeth says that it was really a violent night. Lennox, my young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it. And Lennox says that in my young memory, I do not remember any night as stormy and rough as last night. Re-enter Macduff. Now Macduff re-enter at the scene. Macduff, oh horror, 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 tongue nor heat, cannot conceive nor name thee. Now, as Macduff comes there, he pronounced the words, O horror, horror, horror. Tongue not heat cannot conceive nor name thee. Neither the tongue can speak, nor the heat can conceive what it is. It means Macduff has something very horrible, and we all know that what horrible action has occurred. Means he has seen dead King Duncan. Macbeth Lennox, what's the matter? Macduff, confusion now hath made his masterpiece. Most sacrilegious murder hath broke up the Lord's anointed temple and stole thence the life of the building. Now Macduff says that confusion now hath made his masterpiece. Then Macduff replies to the question that destruction has reached its climax. Most sacrilegious murder hath broke off. And he also says that our king, the appointed deputy of God, has been most unholily murdered. So sacrilegiously means unholy way. So Macduff says that our king has been murdered, the Lord's anointed temple, and stole thence the lives of the building, and the unholy hands have robbed a temple of its sacred treasures. Macbeth, what is you say the life? Then Macbeth asked to Macduff, what do you say? The life taken away? Lennox, mean you his majesty? Then Lennox again asked to Macduff that do you mean that his majesty means the king has been murdered? Macduff, approach the chamber and destroy your sight with a new gorgon. Do not bid me speak. See and then speak yourselves. Then Macduff says to Lennox that go to the chamber and see with your own eye a sight so dreadful and cursed. And with a new gorgon. So Gorgon is referred to one of the three horrible monstrous maidens in the classical mythology. So, do not bid me speak, see and then speak yourself. So, don't question me, so for you yourself and then talk about it. Exeunt, Macbeth and Lennox. Awake, awake, ring the alarm bell, murder and treason. Then, wake you up, you all, ring the bell of alarm. Murder and conspiracy have been done. So ring the alarm bell, murder and treason. Banquo and Donalbain, Malcolm awake. Shake off this downy sleep, death's counterfeit. And Macduff is calling everyone. He is calling to Donalbain, Banquo, Malcolm, and he is appealing them to wake up. And he says that shake off your soft and luxurious sleep, which only resembles the death, and look on the red death itself. So as from your graves rise up and walk like spirits to countenance this horror, ring the bell. So Macduff is horrified with the sight he has seen, a horrible sight of the murder of King Duncan. Alarm bell rings. Enter Lady Macbeth. So now Macbeth's wife comes there. Lady Macbeth, what's the business? Now she's asking that what's the matter? That such a hideous trumpet called through parley the sleepers of the house. And she asked that what is the matter, that frightful alarm bells are ringing to rouse the sleepers in the house. Speak, speak, Macduff. O gentle lady, it is not for you to hear what I can speak. The repetition in the repetitions in the woman's ear would murder as it fell. So now Macduff says to Lady Macbeth, O gentle lady, it is not fit for you to know what I can tell you. If I were to repeat it, it would be to kill a woman. So, in this way, Macduff is saying to Lady Macbeth that the scene he has seen there is not worthy to be spoken.